We're talking about kids today. Kids. When do they become adults? At what point do they become adults? You know, baby kilo fu baby, baby ko gbọ́ràn. When do our babies become adults? And 14, you are in university. These days you can find people who are in university at 14. By 18, they are graduates and they're out and they say, yes, they got the book smarts. And that's good. Really, it's good. In fact, I read somewhere, I know for a fact, that by age 6, maximum 7, our brains are designed in a way that they can take absolutely anything. That's why we try to cram as much as possible into our kids up until 7, because they would have learned to expand their mind. And at the end of the day, I'm not even sure where to draw the line about adulthood. I'm asking myself, and I did ask the producer to say, at what age somebody is an adult? To say when you have physical and mental maturity. That's what adult is. Some states have defined it in different ways. Some areas, like here in Nigeria, when you're 18 and you can vote, you're technically an adult. But I'm not sure if that's what makes you an adult. Because they said, there's a saying in my place, I think many people have that saying, let me say it in pidgin English. The thing where old man go sit down for chair, they see. Small pikin go stand for iroko tree, you know, go see am. In other words, as we grow older, we learn new things and unlearn some new things. Life's about experiencing and getting older. So if you have book smarts, yes, you're smart, you're a genius, you get into the university at 14. To me, that doesn't define an adult. An adult is the one that can unravel and make rational decisions based on the environment that they live in. That's what adulthood is. While we are aiming and scheming for our children to be the best here and the best there, how about helping them to be the best versions of themselves? First of all, and knowing that even with those, because I, for example, up until today, I refuse to learn. If I have to, Snapchat was my 14-year-old. Let me put Snapchat on your phone. Instagram, I think, was my 17-year-old. They know these things. But guess what? Mommy still remains the one that they'll go to ask certain questions, to learn. So I've learned to help to color their own judgments of things. It's important that they know where I stand on certain things. Whether they will do it that way, I'm not sure. I was 16 when I got into university. My dad was super excited and he would go around. My daughter is in university at 16. He'll go around sharing that kind of information like it was a big deal. But to tell you the truth, I know that if, for example, I'd gotten to the university a little later, I am so certain I would have gotten a first class. I am so certain. There are some children, some people mature early, some don't, but technically, until you can make certain decisions, which will be defined by the older people who have taught you how things are, you really can't be an adult. I'm worried because these days we are separating from our children so much earlier than normal. We will be home until we are 16. Now kids are getting away from home at age 9 to boarding school. I don't blame those parents. They're trying to give their children the best possible education. But do they know what you feel and your perspective on things? Are they really emotionally mature enough? I remember my son when he first went, my first son went to university outside of this country before he was 18, shy of his 18th birthday. He was literally traumatized, and guess the simple thing that traumatized him, he's in the bus and he's looking at all these white people and it's like they're looking at him, that the language he's speaking, it affected that boy completely differently. His sister had been before, it was no problem, but for him, he couldn't handle it, and so going to school was a pain. Why did that happen? He ended up getting out of school for 1 year. Thereafter, every single child of mine has only left home at age 18. Adulthood is not about age. It's not about the amount of information that is in your head. It's how you can decipher, decode, and use that information to be a better person. That's me speaking my mind, though. I don't know what you think. You'll have to follow us on YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Instagram or Twitter. Or, better still, like us on Facebook so that you can speak your mind too about this and make me the fool that I am or the wise woman that I am. Speaking my mind, Adesuwa.